This is the sample lithium, silver gray in color, and I'm going to try to cut it with a pink X-Acto knife here. And it cuts, but it is a bit difficult to get through. There we go. And I'm going to drop this into the water. Easier said than done. Here this time for sure. There we go. Hydrogen gas is currently bubbling off this sample. You can see it is floating on the water. You cannot breathe in hydrogen gas. And the sample is gone. Next we have sodium, and I'm going to cut this one, and as you can see this cuts a lot easier than our lithium sample. I'm going to drop this in the water and take a step back. This one's reacting more vigorously. Hydrogen gas is still coming off. It has now lit on fire. And the sample is entirely gone now. We now have our third sample from the first group. It is potassium. I'll cut it, and you can see that it is the softest of the three metals. And then we'll drop it in the water. Gone. Now we are going to cut a piece of magnesium, like so. It is so hard that I had to use a pair of scissors, obviously, to cut it. Let's put it into the water. You can see it's floating, and it might be hard to detect, but there are little tiny bubbles forming on the surface of this piece of metal. The next sample I have here is calcium. It's too hard for me to cut without some kind of knife or something, which I don't have, so I'm not going to bother cutting it. I'm just going to pick it up and safely drop it into the water. Now it did sink to start, and there are some tiny bubbles that are starting to come off of it. We have to give this one some time to react, so please watch carefully. Plenty of hydrogen gas is coming off of the metal now. The water is becoming foggy. There is so much reaction going on. There's a piece of aluminum metal here. It is very, very difficult for me to cut this. Basically impossible for me to cut this with anything I have available right now. Drop it in the water. Clearly has sunk to the bottom. And there is no reaction going on.